Maraming salamat. We're very excited about this measure. From the first time na binanggit po namin to, napakarami na rin grupo ang lumabas para sumuporta, and we're very happy that everybody is here. So, unang-una po, the public hearing of the Committee on Science and Technology, joint with the Finance Committee, is hereby called to order. For the record, we're here to tackle Senate Bill number 1330, or the National Budget Blockchain Act. Magandang umaga po muli sa ating lahat. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga kasama sa Senado at mga resource persons na nandito ngayong araw. We are here to tackle Senate Bill 1330, an act mandating the establishment and implementation of a national budget blockchain system to enhance transparency, accountability, and public participation in the Philippine budget process, or the Philippine National Budget Blockchain Act. Nagpapasalamat po kami sa lahat ng bisita mula sa iba't ibang grupo na kakampi at kasangga po natin sa laban para sa transparency, accountability, at sa pagiging bukas sa pagbusisi ng budget ng ating gobyerno. Nais din po natin magpasalamat sa mga eksperto at pribadong grupo mula sa tech sector, sa akademya at sa iba pang mga larangan, at sa mga individual na nagbigay ng mga pananaw at suwestyon sa social media na nakausap po natin. Sila po'y nagsilbing gabay sa ating paghubog nitong panukala. Kasama po dito ang Blockchain Council of the Philippines, ang FinTech Alliance PH, at iba't ibang mga startups at grupo na nakatutok sa good governance at digital reform and transformation. Nung hinayin po natin itong bill, nagsisimula pa lang po ang investigasyon laban sa korupsyon sa ating gobyerno. Mula noon, nanawagan tayo sa Senado para sa isang budget process na madaling maintindihan ng karaniwang tao, kung saan pwede makilahok ang bawat Pilipino, mga NGO, mga civil society group, yung taong bayan, sa pagbusisi ng mga alokasyon at allotment ng ating annual budget. Nakita ho natin noong rally noong September 21 na ang kabataan ang nauna sa laban para panagutin ang mga sangkot at nakinabang sa korupsyon sa gobyerno. At naniniwala po tayo na hindi lang po ito laban para sa perang ninakaw ngayon o sa dating mga taon, laban po ito para sa kinabukasan ng ating mga kabataan. Laban po ito para sa Pilipinas na mamanahin at ipapamana pa po nila. Ngayon po, mas malakas ang panawagan na yon. Pinakita ng sambayanan ang kanilang dismaya at galit sa napakabulok na sistema ng ating gobyerno, kung saan umiira ng korupsyon at pagnanakaw sa taong bayan sa loob ng napakaraming taon. Kahapon lang po, pati yung DOH nagsabi na merong ding ghost projects sa Department of Health. And it seems to be the same contractors at the behind all of this. Ang panukalang batas na pag-uusapan po natin ngayong araw na ito ay isang posibleng solusyon na para alam po ng bawat Pilipino kung paano ginagastos ang pera ng bayan. Ginawa po nating prioridad ang blockchain dahil ito po ay transparent, tapat at ligtas. To put our national budget on the blockchain answers many concerns and issues with our current system. Where the budget process has been opaque, blockchain can make it transparent. Kung saan may mga insertions at kompleto kuno ng mga project, makikita kung kailan at gaano katagal ang bidding, awarding, ang disbursement of funds, ang lahat ng mga kontrata, bill of materials, lahat yan, maaaring makita pag napatupad po ang batas na to. Nung isang araw nag-request, pwede rin po ba yung mga bidders ilagay na rin dito sa blockchain? At sabi ko, pwede. Lahat ng impormasyon na kailangan ng taong bayan para mabantayan ang pera ng bayan, kaya pong mailagay sa sistemang ito. At dahil ang blockchain ang isa sa pinaka-secure na sistema ngayon, sigurado din po tayo na hindi ito pwedeng palit-palitan ng kung sino-sino. Ibig sabihin po, sa blockchain, ang pera ng bayan mababantayan. Narinig na rin po namin ang panawagan ng ilan na huwag mag-legislate ng spesipikong teknolohiya. Tama naman po. So in the end, when we do craft the law, we will talk about the standards and benefits of the technology including but not limited to blockchain, to allow for changes in the future where new technologies might come up. So thank you. We'd like to thank those that brought our attention to that, no? That brought that to our attention earlier. Alam din po natin na ang blockchain, hindi rin po isang magic bullet. Inaasahan po natin na marami pa ang magbibigay ng kanilang sariling solusyon kontra sa korupsyon. At kailangan po natin itong pagsama-sama at suriin para makamit ang mga pagbabago sa sistema na hanap-hanap po natin. By no means is this the only solution, but many of us here believe that this can be one of the major solutions to our problems. Uulitin ko po, ang paglagay ng budget sa blockchain ay isang paraan kung saan ang bawat piso ng taong bayan mababantayan. Yan po yung hinahanap natin. Alam rin po natin na kapag merong transparency, kapag nakalathala po ito at alam ng tao kung saan napupunta, madali pong makumpara. Kung ano ba ang mga kontrata ang binibigay ng gobyerno, ano ba ang mga binabayaran ng gobyerno, at kahit sinong mamamayan, pwede pong magtanong dito sa proyektong to na kung saan pumapasok ang pinaghirapan nating buwis, saan ba napupunta ang pera ko? Saan ba napupunta ang buwis ko? Saan ba napupunta ang pera ng bayan? Mga kasama, ngayong araw, inaasahan po namin na magkakaisa tayo para sa isang makabuluhang diskusyon ukol po sa paglaban sa korupsyon gamit ang mga makabagong teknolohiya. Sa dulo nitong lahat, sigurado po tayo na iisa lang ang ating layunin. Gamit ang bagong teknolohiya, baguhin ang sistema upang ang pera ng bayan mabantayan. So ngayong araw pong ito, we have our resource persons. We have 4 groups that will share how blockchain can make a difference for citizens. So we have Bitskwela, we have the Philippine Association of Fintech Lawyers, we have Tawala, and we have Bayani Chain Ventures. Then we will also, if they have presentations, they're of course very welcome to present. Secretary Henry Aguda. Secretary Aguda, congratulations by the way for being confirmed yesterday. Si Secretary Aguda po he wears many hats, no? Because before he was DICT Secretary, he of course was in the tech sector, and he wrote the book on blockchain, one of the books on blockchain. No? So he's here representing his previous experience and of course the DICT, because currently in our law, it is the DICT that will be on top of implementing this, no, if it is passed. We also have Mayor Benji Magalong. Hi Mayor Benji, fresh from his ICI stint. Later, we will ask you to share ano po ba yung mga nakita nyo sa ating bayan. Pero pangalawa, nais po namin malaman ang inyong blockchain efforts in Baguio. If I'm not mistaken, you're the first LGU implementing blockchain in the Philippines, no? About to implement, yes. The first LGU about to implement. And I think there are a few others who want to follow suit. So baka po ang mangyayari, Mayor Benji, mauuna po kayo sa Baguio. Parang yan na po yung ating test case, no? Na invite everyone here to support Mayor Benji's initiatives. Baka makita ho natin kung ano yung mga pwedeng gawin sa Baguio. Pag naging national na po ito, maging mas madali yung rollout po natin dahil marami tayong natutunan na po sa Baguio. Thank you for being here, Mayor Benji. So, after the 4 presentations and our 2 resource persons from government, we'll open the floor for discussion. No? We hope to finish around lunchtime. May pa-lunch naman po kami, but I know everybody's busy, so we hope to finish around 12 to 12:30. So, after the discussion, we will then come together for a TWG where we will rework the bill. So yung proseso ho ng paggawa ng bill, yung ating pong fina-file na pang first reading, posible pong ibang-iba naman yan paglabas sa komite. And we promise to include as many inputs as we can, including the inputs about legislating technology. We will create some language, no, to create some space for future technologies that may be used in the future, and a number of the concerns of our netizens. Another thing I would like to mention before we start is that we will be integrating salient points from the full disclosure bill that was filed by numerous senators and congressmen in previous Congresses. This was also one of the flagship bills of former Vice President Leni Robredo, yung full disclosure bill, and we will be including a number of the aspects there. Kasi nakita rin ho namin, yung nais gawin ng batas na yun, ay i-publish yung mga iba't ibang kontrata ng gobyerno, yung iba't ibang mga gastusin ng gobyerno. Of course, blockchain secures that information, no? So we'll be finding a way to put these points together. Of course, our friends like Ken Abante from the People's Budget Coalition had worked on this bill in the past, no? If I'm not mistaken, or supported it in one form or the other. All right, so we'll now proceed to acknowledge our resource persons. May we request Ms. Tenny to introduce and place on record all of our resource persons who are present today.
Thank you and good morning, Mr. Chair and our guests. So for today's public hearing, we are joined by the following resource persons. From government agencies, from the Department of Information and Communications Technology, the Secretary Henry Aguda. From the Department of Budget and Management, Attorney Maria Francesca del Rosario, Undersecretary and DBM Chief Information Officer. From the Department of Finance, Attorney Jericho Cadorna, Attorney 4 from the Bureau of Treasury. From the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, we are joined by Attorney Jane C. Teves, Chief Information Officer of the Technology and Digital Innovation Office as observer. From the Securities and Exchange Commission, Philippine Innovation Office, Attorney Paulo Montano Ong, Assistant Director, is here with us. From the Department of Science and Technology, Advanced Science and Technology Institute, or ASTI, Dr. Franz De Leon, its director, is with us as well. From the Baguio Local Government Unit, we are joined by Mayor Benjamin B. Magalong. From the private sector, from Union Bank Philippines, Ms. Catherine Bautista Casas, Vice President, Head of Emerging Technology Business Group. From Blockchain Council of the Philippines, we are joined by Dr. Donald Patrick Lim, its President, and Attorney Mark Goriseta, Trustee and Co-Founder. From FinTech Alliance.ph, we are joined by Ms. Imelda Tiongson, Trustee. From Tuala, Attorney Ferdy Bagro, its Co-Founder and General Counsel. From Bitsquela, Mr. Giro Luis Reyes, its Chief Executive Officer. From UP Engineering Research and Development Foundation, Professor Adrian Valdez, its Program Coordinator, is with us. From SOD Blockchain, Mr. Harold Glenn Minerva, Co-Founder and a Blockchain Engineer. From SGV and Company, we have Mr. Lee Abadia, its Principal. From the Philippine Association of FinTech Lawyers, we have Attorney Glenn Brian Eran, its Chairman, and Attorney Daniel John Fordan. From People's Budget Coalition, Mr. Kenneth Isaiah Abante, its co-convener. And last but not the least, from Bayani Chain, we have Mr. Jello Wong, its Chief Growth Officer. That is all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Tenny. So, kukwento ko lang po, no, before we start with Bitsquela, I had this idea to put the budget on blockchain and other government transactions in 2023 when I had my fellowship abroad. And sila Ken nga, ka-message namin noon, di ba, if you remember, Ken. Hindi ko naisip na posible siyang mapatupad because even at that time, ang nasa isip po natin, kung iba-blockchain mo yung budget, talagang lahat ng aspeto ng budget pwede mong ipakita sa taong bayan. At naisip ko, mapapasa kaya ito? Considering that it's more than just FOI, it's more than full disclosure. It's all of that put on another level altogether. And I was thinking to myself, siguro mapapasa lang to kung talagang lahat ng leadership magkaisa para mapatupad to. And considering where our country is at that time in 2023, nasa isip ko, baka hindi ito mapapasa. But here we are, 2 years later, and I actually have a good feeling that we can get this bill passed. We already see other government agencies like BBM and DICT already starting the process of putting blockchain in. LGUs already starting putting blockchain into their financial records. And now, 2 years later, from the time